Brother, sister, can you hear that? Our heartbeat cutting through the ether. Star drifters, can you feel that? One love can make us all believers. A generation of renegades, we don't have to stay alone. So brother, sister, can you see our light guide us home?
Up guys, so coming at you today is going to be a leg workout. And so what I'm going to try and do throughout the footage is kind of just give you, I'm not going to walk you through like I've done in the past, kind of like what I'm doing during my workout. I want to use this time during this footage to share with you kind of some of the tips that a lot of people overlook when it comes to training legs. And I will kind of, I'm gonna gear it towards women and gear it towards a more glute focused kind of tips and tricks and kind of the mindset to have, like what to think about when you're doing certain movements and really what muscle groups to really focus on, things like that. So without further ado, here's a leg workout. Okay, so I'm going to share with you some of my tips. I wish I could use a better word for that. But some of the things that I think that most everyone needs to know, especially when working legs. And some of the things that I do to really, really help get the most out of my workout and really, really activate my lower body. So the first thing that I do is I usually always use bands when it comes to leg day. I typically use them at the beginning of every leg workout just for warm-up sake. So things like squats, side steps, abductions, glute bridges, things like that. I usually always just place the band right above my knee and do those various movements. You can always do more and put them at your ankle and things like that. So just get creative. It just really helps the glute engagement. And sometimes I even incorporate them in my workouts as well, but more towards the end of the workout, just because I'm kind of fatigued at that point, and I'm pretty much just aiming for exhaustion when I bring out the bands. So yeah, so that's number one. Number two, start with compound movements first. As you can see here, I am squatting. This is my first real like working set. The leg extensions it was a working set, but it was more of a warm-up in my mind. And so I find this to be just the best way to structure my workouts, especially when it comes to legs. Compound movements like squats, deadlifts, leg press, they're going to take a lot of effort. And so they cause exhaustion and fatigue pretty early on and pretty quickly. And so I think it's really important to perform these early so that you're not really compensating your form later in the workout. So you're not, your form's not crap in the fourth or fifth exercise when you're trying to do squats and you're super tired from all the other work or, all the other exercises that you've done. So that was number two. Number three, less is more. So what I mean by that is I see so many people in the gym, and I hear it from so many people, that they think they have to do like 10 to 12 exercises every time they're there just to see muscle growth. And so I will vouch and I will tell you that if you are giving 110% on every rep of every set that you do, and you're truly lifting the potential weight that you can lift, 5 exercises are just going to, they're just about going to gash you. Obviously, an exception to this is creating a high rep, low weight scheme. Then you may do 10 to 12 exercises. But if you're really focusing on muscle growth, 10 to 12 exercises are really, really not necessary. You really don't need tons of exercises to see results, in my opinion. So yeah, so then the last tip I kind of want to leave you guys with is to find your weaknesses and focus on them. I can tell you right now that my anterior chain, so my quads, are much, much weaker, or really, really hard for me to activate, I guess is a better way to say it, than my posterior chain. So like my hamstrings and glutes and lower back. I've just always been very glute dominant, hamstring dominant. A good example of that is, in my opinion, my deadlift is a lot stronger than my squat. And so from that, and then I can do a lot more, for example, on this exercise, this seated hamstring curl, I can do a lot more weight on that than I can a leg extension. And so clearly, I have a weakness in really learning to activate my quads. And so, that's my fourth point is, my goal isn't necessarily to grow my quads, but I do want to create symmetry and functionality within my body. And so my piece of advice is work on your weaknesses, point them out, don't neglect and don't stray away from those exercises you don't really like or don't really want to do, because more often than not, those are probably the ones you should be doing. Hence, walking lunges. These are some of my least favorite exercises, or one of my least favorite exercise, and I know I need to get better at it. And so there I am. And so that's all I got for you guys. I'm going to end this workout. There's a couple more clips left. I am going to end this workout with some calves, which you never ever see girls working. And I think that that's a mistake. Like, I think, calves are a muscle group just like anything else. And so maybe not work them as frequently, but definitely add them in there. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And I hope you enjoyed this voiceover.